All right. Welcome everyone to the ACES upper bracket final between the two undefeated teams, the Gungathal Sabres and the Cottonmouth Jackalopes. The winner today goes to the grand final and the loser goes to the lower bracket final where they will meet the Prague Bombers. I'm Gnist, and joining me today with commentary is Inferno.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this match. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to see just what everyone's been practicing, especially our new runners, to see what they've been up to.
Yeah, I feel like we have two juggernaut teams today, both with a rookie as expected in ATP from the Sabres and Gosmi from the Jackalopes. So, but I'm interested in seeing how they treat Sly 4 today. Sly 4 could be a pivotal in today's matchup.
Absolutely. We've seen the Jackalopes run a lot of Sly Forest so far.
Now, I did note in my notes here that the Sabres are the heavy fan favorite. So we'll see how it turns out. Oh, we're into the draft. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh. I feel like on glance, the Sabres are like slide 3 heavy and Jackalopes are slide 4 heavy, but we'll see how that actually pans out.
All right, so we've got a 4-3 ban, 3-6, 2-8, and 2-4. Okay.
To me, the 2-4 and 2-8 are like I guess what I would consider the hardest episodes in Slide 2. So that to me tells me that the Sabres don't want to run any hard episodes in Slide 2. And 4-3 obviously being Sonic's forte, obviously a smart ban. I'm glad we don't get 3-6 today. There's been too much 3-6 this ACES.
Quite a lot. More Sly 4-1, 3-5, 2-2.
Oh, we get 4-4 today. Ooh. Once again, glad to see 2-5 banned out because it's been too much 2-5. But I'm a little bit sad to see 3-5 banned. 4-4. Let's see what the Sabres end up picking here. 2-6. Okay,
2-6.
I feel like 2-6 would be a safe avenue for both ATP and Gosmi. So they would have. I feel like both teams have that covered now. If it comes down to that in terms of pinching the draft and whatnot. So let's see. Sabres have one round of bans before Jackalopes pick the final episode. So I guess they want to ban out the rest of Sly 4, maybe? I did see they put Ison on 4-5 last matchup, so that was or the last match they were in, so that was a surprise. You never know if Ison or other owners have prepared something special.
Oh, they left 4-5 in there. Yeah, Ison did pretty well on 4-5 last time.
Yeah, I think Ison can play all of the remaining episodes, and that's probably their strategy to put ATP on 2-6, Ison on any remaining, and then probably Knudi on the 4-4. Oh no, we have a Sly 4 heavier draft that I don't know much about Sly 4.
Oh, same here.
this will be a fun match. Double Sly 4. I feel like that must favor. Well, maybe not. I would say that favors the Jackalopes, but maybe not.
Yeah, me and you were talking before. I think that does seem to be what the Jackalopes would prefer, but we shall see.
Yeah, notably no Slide 3 today. for the Sabres, who have both Knudi and Eisen, two like slide 3 goats. So yeah, it seems like we're doing 2-6 first, and then reverse chronologic slide 4 after. So I'm expecting to see ATP versus Cosme here for 2-6.
Yeah, most likely. And let's see, I think Canudi's only ran slide 2 so far, so we'll get to see probably, I assume, some slide 4 from him.
I'm guessing 4-5 will be Eisen versus I don't know what Ramon and Sonic prefers from between 4-4 and 4-5. So there, I feel like they would be interchangeable. Maybe I know Sonic is very good at 4-3, but I'm not so. Let me see. I think he ran 4-2 in his first match. I'm not up to date if he has a preference for 4-4 or 4-5. So, but Eisen is definitely. I'm guessing Eisen goes 4-5 and then Knudi 4-4, at least. Oh, in the chat, Mapio says ATP has to go to work early, so they put it first. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's definitely an early start for ATP, so
Definitely, being American and all, it's quite early in the States at the moment. As I'm sure you know very well, Inferno.
yep, just past 5 a.m. here, so I may run back for more coffee here in a bit. We'll see.
I refilled Pepsi Max before the match started, so I should be good.
Excellent.
One thing I forgot to mention early on is that this might actually be a preview of the grand final, because, like I said, the winner today goes to the grand final, and the loser will meet the Prague Bombers in the lower bracket final. And the winner of the lower bracket final also makes it to the grand final. So if the loser today wins the lower bracket final, we will have a repeat of this match in the grand final, which could be very interesting. But the Bombers are no pushover. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely, yeah. They've definitely made a strong showing so far.
Oh, Ratchet Gladiator. And we are
Gonna have
off.
a Cosme ATP face-off.
As predicted. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gladiator, or as famously known as Deadlocked in the
There you go.
States. I don't know who I would favor here, because I feel like I don't know very much about either ATP or Gosmi. So I'm not sure who's expected to win in the head-to-head here. But notably, ATP waited a little bit in the safe house before he started, which means the train cycles would be a little bit further forward. Now, I actually don't remember if that matters here. We did see Gosmi having the PS menu stalled, but this train could be in the way for both runners here. Oh. But as you can see, it's less in the way for ATP, because he waited in the safe house. Now, I did not pay attention, but yes, both runners are on Korean, which is the, I was going to say optimal version, but technically optimal version would be PS5 here. But I did notice when I did some PS5 attempts that the cutscene skip for the job name is escaping me. Spice in the Sky works a little bit differently on PS5, a lot harder.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So when I played episode 6, I also played it on PS3, actually. I'm sure it's something you could overcome. But...
It got me really close to Vasan there.
Yep. I have seen runners struggle with Basan here in the past in ACES. 2-6 being one of the episodes we've seen the most out of all episodes. This ACES.
Everybody catches the train. That's good.
Yeah, and Gosmi doing the square boost off the train there, that you can get a lot of speed or preserve a lot of speed from the train into the square boost and make it basically straight to the door if you angle it correctly. No runners going for fast skips, it seems.
Will we see any whiteouts? Hopefully not.
That would be sad. It can happen after the second one. If you have the binoculum stuck in the door like Gosmi did, and then you don't move forward before you open the binoculum to get rid of it, then you can bottle crash. But it is most common on the third cabin, which they are both doing right now. And that is the PS3 Sansaru exclusive. Oh, you can see ATP going back for more stealth slide juice there.
Good juice management from both of them, I think.
I did notice. Actually, let's. Oh no, we got a white lock. Oh, but he knows the backup. He knows the backup.
Nice.
Oh, and Gosmi. Okay, Gosmi didn't get it. I did mention the camera being stuck inside the door. If he thought he was clear of the white lock and open binoculum and closed it again, he could have actually gotten the white lock from that as well, but he got lucky. So, or maybe he moved before doing it. So luckily ATP knew the backup there, but I guess I can talk a little bit about what would happen if you didn't know the backup. So the backup is just to press circle to re-enter the cabin and take the time loss. It's not that big a deal. 15, 20 seconds. It sucks, but at least you didn't lose, what is it, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Or so. If you, maybe 4 or 5 minutes if you white lock. Because you hard lock your PS3, you have to turn it off, you have to turn it on, and you have to redo the entire job. So bullet dodged there by ATP and the Sabres.
And I can't remember if I know ATP at first he had English for slide 2. I forget if he had Korean last time, but so he's on optimal now.
Yeah, I have not noted that, but I did see Mapio hogging over Mapio, no, over ATP being on Korean. So that might be, you might have a point there. As we see Gosmi setting up fake floor here for the Spice in the Sky fake floor cutscene skip. So let's see if he gets it. He wants to set his position here and then slide through and
Just gonna do the
yeah, if he was on PS5 there, he would have died. So oh no!
Oh no!
Doesn't have the backup? No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, okay, he does. Never mind. I don't remember the backup myself, apparently. I have not watched the Jake video in quite a while, but he's forced to load there, seeing as he would die if he did the backup again.
Yeah, this is one I attempted twice and failed, so I know it's for sure difficult.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did ATP set his position there? Normally you want to slide through to make sure, but usually it's fine. Okay.
Oh, we got it. Nice.
Yeah. So ATP got it first try with a little bit of a risky, I would not say, setup for the sidle, is that the word? Sidle? Animation there. But at least he got it. Gosmi going at it for the second time here. Lead change?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Nice.
Yeah, got it. I will say it is tricky to do that because you have to have a good feeling for your glitch high jumping with fake 4, which is actually very, very tricky. It is actually very tricky, and it also depends on your input delay. So if you go from PS3 to PS5, for example, like I did, it's not very easy to adjust because it's a bit of a weird timing. It's a little bit later than you think, based on the visual, but it's if you go too late, you fall through. Or rather, if you go too early, you fall through. If you go too late, Gosmin was early on both of those then. But I got it this time around, so. I will say the cutscene skip looks a little bit more tricky than it is. It's not as setup heavy as like leading Roshan cutscene skip. Oh, ATP missed the train there. I did notice he had a weird balloon pattern, which is probably what it was unfamiliar territory, which is probably what threw him off. I guess we haven't talked about the balloon order at all because it's become so standardized. It's been the same for as long as I can remember. It's not really anything people talk about.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they're doing the optimal route or not on that.
The route is interchangeable, I would say, because the cycles reset every time you go into the air. But the movement to the back to the plane is a little bit down to preference. You see Gosm here taking the rail, which I know is fast, but I personally don't like that. So I would go for a more direct path. Episode 6 has a lot of good spots to build up speed with Stealth Slide, which is why it's one of the more fun episodes to play with Stealth Slide. Episode 6, 7, and 8 especially are very good with Stealth Slide. So the runners are actually very close here. And I did say the order is interchangeable, but we do want to save this train for last because it is close to the next job. That's the entire point why we do this job before friend in the need.
Yeah, we'll see if they both get. Okay, ATP didn't get on the train. Oh, and Gosmi fell farther down. So, but very close. Very close race at the moment.
Yeah, there are essentially 3 outcomes you can get leaving this job, depending on how quick you were to, or where on the cycle the train is, which is like, how quick were you for that last train. You can either land on the train, you can land on the tracks, or you can slide off the tracks and fall below. Now, normally you would square boost from the train, but the trains in this job and after this job until you load have a decreased speed, so you actually don't really want to square boost off them. They're slower than normal. Right. So the runners are neck and neck here. And this could be the set the tone here, because we're going into lure strats, and see both runners got the first set of lure strats. Plus we have to kill the guard here. Good. And the second one is the tricky one. We'll see if the runners opt still opt for going for it or skipping it, because it is quite tricky. ATP having some issues losing Carmelita there, but it shouldn't be a problem. Now, notably, if you oh, this is interesting from Gosmi. Goes around the building. I don't think I've seen people do that. So I guess it's important, if you want to go for the second lure strat, you want to hold your analog stick here. So you hold guard spawns, and then after she jumps, you want to turn it like Gosmi's doing, and guard will spawn below you now, provided you held the guard correctly.
You got the
Importantly,
guard
if
walking
Gosmi,
away.
yeah, importantly, if Gosmi goes to alert this guard, he will fail. So don't do that. But the guard will turn
Oh
around
no.
for him.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not the end of the world. It's a question of does he know that or not? Okay, he did not know that, but he waited, and that works still. So
Yeah. I know it uses. I don't know if it would be a good option. You could use smoke bomb, I guess, and it could lure the guard back
you
to
could,
you. But
you could, but you really want to preserve your juice because smoke bomb in slide 2 uses so much juice.
yeah,
Uses almost a third of your, or like a third of your meter, or maybe more of your meter. And you need if you want to be optimal, you need juice for later. Both runners did get the second lure strats very well. So the second lure strats does save more than the first, and it's a lot riskier as well. Both got it.
and both should have a lot of juice for smoke bomb. Save a little bit of time.
Yeah, ATP. I guess you can say didn't GSM properly, having the guard spawn there, losing him a little bit of time. Now he actually wants to go and grab that healther, but he doesn't. That means he might end up being a little bit low on juice.
A little bit of health never hurts too, because 2 shots from Karm, I believe, and you're dead.
Yeah, health is nice, but it's first and foremost for juice, I would say. As Corneta does do 20 damage each shot, which means she will 2-shot you, regardless if you're a full HP or if you are at 3/3 like ATP is at the moment. So the heather wouldn't really save him very much there, but it would help with the juice situation. TLDR here, if ATP is not very careful with the juice of Stealth Slide going down to Corneta in the next section, you might have to skip a smoke bomb, which would lose him a few seconds. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Cosme opting for the paragliding down, which is very safe. Also saves the juice. Personally, I always like to kill all the guards that are here because Corneta will waste time killing them. They can also drop health if you don't know where in the health cycle you are. So it's nice. So you can
Yeah,
see.
I've even gotten where. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can see Gosling go for the smoke bomb, and I was a little bit. I wasn't sure if ATP went too early because you can go too early here. Ooh, he got sniped there. But it seemed to work, so.
I have had where, for some weird reason, like Karma stayed alerted when there was guards still there. So I don't know what happens with
Here,
that, but
yeah. Here we can see both runners actually opting for luring Corneta away from the cage, which is actually optimal because that means you don't have to wait for. You can smoke bomb, and then you can end the job immediately if you have the timing down. But they don't actually have enough of smoke bomb, either of them, I think. Which is a bit awkward.
oh, we got 2 flashlight guards. Oh no!
Gosmin did not mash circle. If he mashed circle, he would have
No!
been fine, but there he goes. And this is why I stressed having enough juice for smoke bomb, because if you don't have enough juice, you get into this awkward state here at the end where you need to lose the guards. So the safer place is to stay on the what's it called, the prison cell or whatever, but or like the, I don't know what it is actually. But if you want to be optimal, you want to be down there. But if you don't have juice, then it becomes quite risky. And we can see both runners struggling a little bit, but Gosmi struggling the most. So he wants to smoke bomb, and then circle. Yeah.
There we go.
So ATP has hover pack, but he does not go for the little corner cut you can do here. Get on the train a little bit earlier, so it's a couple of seconds. But it's not that big a deal. Notably, Hoverpack does use juice, and for the most part, you want to save your juice for adrenaline bursts because that saves more. But there, if you don't get a healther, there is a little bit of juice left, like you can see right now on ATP, having a little bit of juice left, and you can use that for Hoverpack.
Yep, that saves you a tricky jump, I think.
Yeah. Alternatively, you could go for a healther in this job if you break certain objects. There are some healthers you can go for that don't lose too much time. Because one healther will give you 2 extra ABs because of the little juice you're
Nice.
left with.
I think
He was
Gosme
also
accidentally selected Murray from the safe house.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, there for a second. ATP finishing the train with Bentley.
Yeah, could say is a half a job ahead, but this is a short job, so it's like it doesn't really say very much.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of places the Jackalopes could come back, even in this job. So,
Yes,
or in this episode.
absolutely, and it's actually kind of interesting because we usually say that Sly 4 is very like a low variety game. It's hard to make up time compared to Sly 2 and Sly 3. Yet it's the veterans from both teams running Sly 4, and the rookies are running Sly 2. Interesting dynamic that. So a lot could be decided in episode 6 here. But so far, both runners are playing well, I would say. Not extraordinary, but well from both runners.
Definitely.
We have seen some mistakes. 101 lead, I think. Mapio says. Maybe I should. I did say to Frisk before we started that I was gonna. I haven't done any timing. I'll do some timing here as well, so we can get that confirmed. But I do trust Mapio on that. So we're going into aerial assault, infamously the loudest job in the game. And we can see if any runner accidentally resets after this, because that is a common beginner trap, I would say.
Yeah, I had to
And I
put
have done
in
it
my
myself.
splits. I put no reset in my splits, like in all caps.
Yep, it is one of those jobs that you are a little bit baited to reset. And by reset, I mean game reset, like you put it out of the game and then put it back up, because you might think there's a slideshow happening and there isn't.
Yeah.
I forgot to check the time. Are you kidding? Okay, well, okay, I guess we're checking after aerial assault instead. Aerial assault is pretty straightforward, but there are a few spots where you can actually get a bomb to drop and hit 2 rocket launchers at the same time. And I didn't actually look for it, but notably one of them missed the very first set, which Gosmi is at right now. But he just mashes it, so he's unlikely to get it if he just mashes it. But if you drop one at the right time in the center of the train cart, you will actually hit both for 1 damage. 1 second optimization.
Nice. I'm gonna get to see some mashing, see who mashes harder.
Yep. That'll mostly be a thing for the operation, but there are a few moments. Yeah, there are a few moments towards the end where you want to destroy the helicopters that shoot at you as soon as possible, like right here from close to me. An ATP. But usually it's okay. Let me actually remember to check the timing this time. Hey, no reset from ATP, so he knows.
Going
Let's see
into
if
bear
he,
cub kidnapping.
yeah, let's see if he goes for the cut. Or obviously, we'll go for the cut and skip.
Yeah.
Will he get it? It is considered free with Berserker Charge. See if he does the Benochicum setup. He does, and that should work. It's very lenient, so. This
Comes the
dude.
train.
Okay, there are currently 47 seconds between the runners. So Sabres are 47
If
seconds in the lead. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking to when you're sitting and watching this cutscene, because you're never 100% sure if you got, or I guess you, if you have enough experience, you will be 100% sure. But a successful and an unsuccessful attempt looks the same in the cutscene, so you don't really know
Right.
if you got it until you actually got it. Got me chased by Carmelita here. Shouldn't be an issue. And he took his time
Oh,
setting it up, and it doesn't matter because you're waiting for a train anyway. So it doesn't really matter if you wait for the cutscene or not, as long as you are into the cutscene before the train passes. And I did spot in the corner of my eye that ATP missed the throw from the cabin roof into the end trigger. It is actually quite tricky. You have to be at the very edge of this roof. See if Cosmi gets it. He got it. That was like
nice.
perfect, actually. That's impressive. Personally, I've started running a little bit too far forward, so there's actually a chance that I usually get the throw, but I might actually slide off the edge and fall down. So that's what I've had that happen a few times personally.
I've even had the bear like be in the cage, but technically not be in the cage, if that makes sense. Like it's trying to run out like it's yeah.
I think it happens if you hit something and then like bounces into it. I think it's like the bear cub wants to fall into there, so if he's like in the vicinity, he will just kind of drop into it. But that doesn't work for the trigger, so it's a bit of an interesting one. Now, notably, both runners running back to the safe house here, even though loading would be faster. And the reason for that is because the train cycle towards the job
Right.
trigger, the train would be in the way, and you would have to. Yeah, well, essentially, you would have to wait for the train to pass. It's very hard to beat the train here. Now we're in Theft on the Rails. Pretty straightforward job, one of the shorter jobs in the entire game. With the trick of glitch high dripping onto the roof, it should be a cakewalk for the runners.
It looks like ATV had no trouble with the door jump.
Some troubles with the guards though. He could still
Oh
choose
no.
to smoke bomb here. He does, but that means that he doesn't have skill slide for the end. But that's okay.
Cosme got the door jump pretty easy too.
What's me opts to glitch high jump here, which is probably the smarter play. That way, if you're spotted by the guards, they will shoot you in the way you have to go, so you're not stuck with the guards like ATP was. Not necessarily optimal, but it is a smart or safe strategy, I would say.
Yeah. Coming up on the operation already.
Yep, one of the shorter operations in the game, only about 5 minutes long, a bit less actually, if I remember correctly. I'll do a time comparison after 2.6. There might be a little bit of variance between the runners when it comes to wait, what happened? Why is the reset the same? Were the Sabres not in the lead? Am I confused? What's going on? I'm confused. Okay, well, the Jackalopes are in the lead apparently.
Matt
Lead
be saying it might be
change?
load time.
Yeah, we could be on an optimal console here from ATP. Now we haven't brought that up yet, but you want a fat early model PS3 with an SSD installed for optimal resets and load times and save times and everything. But it's not that big a deal in an episode run, but it does add up. Korean is the bigger version, or bought time save, I guess you can say.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is definitely amounting to be a close match.
Yes, absolutely. You see Gosmi getting the super jump there, and HP did not, which means he has to do the door strats, which is a little bit trickier, but time-wise they are the same. But it is easier to just get the super jump. What you're essentially doing is you're swiping, getting enough speed to clip enough into the floor to hit the damage plane below and getting pulled up to your ground position. Luckily, you're ground in the cutscene, so you can just get pulled up to the roof. You do not get grounded in the same cutscene for Theft on the Rails, so there's actually a bit of variance there. Let's see who can mash better and who has the better RNG in this operation.
Yeah, is it quite a... I guess it wouldn't be a huge difference if if Neela goes down below you.
It kind of depends, because you can either get her to go down immediately and then stay down. And if you get that outcome, that actually loses a fair bit. We can be up towards, let's say, half a minute if you have mashing as well. But that's
Pretty
for the
good matching
second
from
part. Yeah, the mashing here is not bad. It's a little bit inconsistent, if anything. But no, this seems to be good. And not only do you have to mash fast, you also have to move around. And you can see Gosmi is on 1 HP here. Almost died, but did not.
Ooh, that was close.
So some runners, old and new, struggle with mashing here while, well, not dying.
Yeah.
So the first Neela fight is consistent every time, the same, and then the second one is more is where the RNG also kicks in. There's a few different things Neela can do. Oh, and ATP seems to be less practiced on that jump, because that jump is pretty important. Or not important, but Gosmi knew about the proper way to do that jump is to jump on the railing, which is actually quite tricky. So he's definitely practiced that, and then they try jumping around. Meanwhile, ATP tries to do try jump on the directly from the ground, which just doesn't work. Let's see here. Seems to be pretty good episodes from both runners here. Gosmi did get the bad RNG that I was describing earlier, where she goes down immediately. And we'll see if she stays down or if she goes up in a second or two here. Right now. Okay, she goes up. Meanwhile, ATP got her to stay up, which means time save from RNG. But if she goes up in the middle, it's not the end of the world. It's like a few seconds. But notably, ATP is almost dead here. And GG to Gosmi, 31. let's say 52 or something. I didn't actually look at it. GG Gosme.
GTATP.
GGTP. There are about 10 seconds between the runners. Give the actual accurate time, but roughly 10 seconds between the runners here. So definitely a fair showing from both runners. High 31, I would say. There are some stream delay, so but the time is roughly I'm guessing about 31, 40, 45, 50 around there for both runners, which is fair, respectable in a race setting. The chat is calling out to have the game updated to Sly 4. Now, we haven't talked about this, but it is Ison versus Sonic here. And I expected Ison. And Sonic versus Rema was more of a toss-up. But that is interesting because that means we do get the top dogs going at it in the end here. Captain versus Captain. And to me, Remo is like synonymous with Sly 4 in his later years. But for Knudi, that title belongs more in Sly 3's court. So I would expect Remo to have the advantage, but I don't know. I don't know what their PBs are like. I should probably check that before I say who's the favorite. I'll do that actually. They could, of course, have unhoarded or hoarded PBs.
Yeah.
Remo famously being the world record holder for episode 5, but choosing not to run it. He's also the world record holder for episode 4.
Second time already for Ison to run 4-5. We know he did well last time, so.
Yeah, it was Ison that said he was. I actually had a look at the submission sheet earlier, and it said Ison was looking to run episode 1 and 2 for Sly 4.
Oh.
But in his second match, he hit everyone with the surprise episode 4. So he's learned it, and now he's at it again.
And let's see, in this job, we're trying to track down the ancestor, is that right?
For this job, you're looking for Salim. And Salim's on a boat. You're looking for some I don't even know what it's like, DNA prints or something. Sonic like playing in Spanish. Now, I did do some episode 5, but I do not remember Ison getting the famous long load here, which at one point was thought to be random, but it is actually not. If you press the circle at the same point every time, it is you get a consistent load. And I was told by Albie that you should press circle when Bentley says boat, or the B in boat. Which means I was taught to run in English, which is what Ison is doing. And notably, Sonic is running in Spanish. I don't know what is optimal in this episode, but I'm guessing it's English. Does that mean we get an optimal version? I guess we technically already got that in the previous job. Now I need to focus because I've zoned out entirely. Sonic getting a one-frame jump there, famously giving you less height. So now we're into the auto-scroller job, the one everyone loves. But there's some ACES that you can do first here. Let's see if they do the buffer strat or not. Earth. Sonic kept running. Sonic does not do the buffer strategy here. You can buffer it using the PS menu. But he just raw dogs it. And pays the price. Ison choosing to go for a very funny left route here. I don't think I've seen that. Going left of the building there. Now, after this third gem, I want to see an immediate cutscene after the ICSS, because that means you held the correct way after. Oh, I can see a bit of gameplay. Sonic held a decent angle, but not perfect. Now, I didn't really mention this, but Ison just did the buffer strategy that I just mentioned, so that is pretty cool. It's safer, but it's slower. But if you're not very consistent, then it's probably worth it.
Well, I suppose more complex strats could make a difference right now.
Yeah, and we could see Sonic did struggle quite a bit for the first ICSS, and then he got into the rhythm, so the next ones weren't too bad. But the if you keep choking ICSSs, that can actually end up costing you a fair bit of time in Sly 4 terms. Now, both runners are into the auto-scroller here, where they're just waiting, essentially. Be in range and just wait. I did say before the match that I don't know very much about Sly 4, and Inferno said you don't know very much about Sly 4 either. So it's gonna be a funny one. But actually, episode 5, I did run episode 5 a tiny bit in my ACES preparation. So I actually de-rusted this episode. So I know a little bit more about 4-5. But 4-4, I know a very little. But this job doesn't really have much more to talk about. But the next job, I believe, is Rugrats, which is the job with the most skips, I think.
Yeah, you skip the long lifting of the, is it a rail to get to the top? You can skip that with kind of a paraclimb type thing, I believe.
I believe that is in a later job. I think
Oh,
that
that's
is
right.
in Copycats. I was getting my spits up, so I was a bit distracted. But yeah, next job is Rugrats. So Copycats, like you mentioned, though, is maybe the other job with a bunch of tech, because there are a lot of small things all over. And actually, episode 5 is probably the episode in general with the most, or one of the episodes with the most small strats everywhere. Small optimizations all over the place. And each of these say like a second or half a second or whatever. So that's like Sly 4 territory. Time save. So we did get it confirmed that English is faster. LB said that I missed it now. Yeah, English is faster in episode 4 and 5 because of all the Spark Runner hacks. Spark Runner being the motion control hack. On English, you don't get the a certain job complete screen or something. I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah, it just abruptly ends, I think.
Yeah, something like that. A small time save, but a version time save nonetheless. Language hardly matters in Sly 4 compared to the other episodes. and English is actually faster for some episodes. Let's do a time check, shall we? Let's see. I have so many things open. The last time I checked, it was 10 seconds between the runners. That was 2 jobs ago now.
Still very close.
Yeah, I think Sonic has actually grown the lead a little bit here.
Yeah, maybe a little more optimal movement and strats, just a bit.
The lead is now 33 seconds for the Jackalopes. And that actually... so I did mention this is the Sabres were heavily favored going into this match by the fan predictions. And I did say that I think Jackalopes did win the draft. And looking at it right now, Jackalopes are in the lead. I feel like Sonic and Eisen are probably about equal for this episode. But let me just remind you that Remo is the world record holder for episode 4-4. And not to say Knudi isn't a good runner, but he's like 10th place-ish, around there, versus world record holder. There's a few minutes between their PBs. That doesn't mean that Knudi hasn't necessarily grinded episode 4-4 for the last 6 months, so you never know. And we don't know how much time Ramos spends either. I know he was a little bit, not to say less motivated, but a bit more busy, maybe. Seeing on the submission remarks on the stats board on ACES that we used when we, the captains used when we decided the teams. So I think the Jackalopes are favored to win from here, being in the lead and having the better PB in 4-4.
Yeah, I think the draft really went in their favor this time.
And that's interesting because I personally thought Sabres were going to going into the draft. Maybe I'm a bit biased considering we got smoked by the Sabres in our very first match versus Lumberjacks versus the Sabres. Now we see actually Sonic is going for the skip. This is the one of the skips I didn't bother learning because it's pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks difficult.
And
he
he gets it. Yes.
Nice.
So that skips having to kill all the scorpions and then
And then pull up the...
Yeah, pull up the thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing is, or... Yeah. But you have to crank it all the way up.
Yeah.
Which takes a while.
It's like a pole that you climb. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know what the pole you have to crank here, but there's a pole. And there are a few different skips. The one right here, for example, for Sonic, which he goes for. The camera is a bit against you here, but Sonic nails it.
I've seen people get spotted by these guards here, but Eisen's doing just fine.
Yeah, I believe there's only one guard that is actually... does not do the skip here, which means he has to wait for this guard if he's bad RNG. He could actually go behind the guard here on the left and go into the area and kind of go between the lights and go around. But Ice not going for the skip, and he seems to get punished, being given very bad RNG. And also, if you end up, so you press circle, right, and Salim attaches on something in the air, he will cancel his action, and you will just, if you don't press circle, you will just fall down. Which is why you kind of want to mash circle, or at least retap circle if you hit something. So if you see Salim keep spinning in the air, that means that he keeps getting stuck on something and you keep pressing circle. Aizen does not do the skip here either, so he opts to go around. So, oh, almost fell as all the skips, while Aizen seemed to not do any of the skips. I didn't see if Sonic went for the first skip, but I think he did. Oh, the second skip, yeah.
So we'll see the
This
lead
is
get slightly bigger.
yeah, I would say so. But this is one of those Spark Runner hacks. So this is one place where the Sabres will actually end up saving back a few seconds from playing on the better version, or the faster version. I should probably do a time comparison right here, considering there could be a route split coming up. And we see Sonic copycats first. It is up to the runner preference whether you end up doing up in smoke or copycats first. Yeah, so far Sonic is impressing in this episode.
And let's see, this is the one where Sly and Murray kind of have to help each other out, right?
Yeah.
Or is it? Okay.
This is where you switch back and forth between Murray and Sly and Murray. So it's probably want to let's see. 49 I was testing. Okay. 119 between the runners here. It is one of the longest jobs in the episode. Second only to the operation. Let's see if okay, they both do copycats first. So we do get to compare them more directly here. Let's see if they know the turret check. I expect them to.
Yeah. Do we have optimal gadgets?
I can feel some personal character development here, seeing as last time I commentated, I was also handed 4-5, and I was clueless. So I didn't even know it was called clothesline, and I found that so funny. Now I'm an expert. Done upping 2 runs, did not PB by the way. But I at least know a lot of the strats. And I know what people are doing and what order and where to run, and yes. You could call me an expert. I've done 2 runs the last 5 years.
Sonic breezing through the Sly section there.
Yeah, very, very good from Sonic. And notably, he did not skip the cutscene there. There are a few of these very short cutscenes that you can skip if you want, but they're not.
Clothesline.
As you pointed out, Sonic using clothesline to break through without having to stop and punch. Wait, hold on. I have notes for this. Turret, right 10, left 10, middle 9-2 is what my notes say here. It missed the start, but does seem to be what he's doing.
Yeah, that looks to be his strat.
Yeah, he actually did 10-10-10 there, which is overheating on all 3, which is a little bit riskier, but it is technically frames faster. Maybe a second faster. Does this mean my notes are wrong? What's going on?
Así, grandullón. Nos vemos en el otro lado. Otra de esas molestias.
So Mapio in the chat is saying that he thinks the Jackalopes predicted 4-5 to happen. Now, hold on. Just restart checkpoint. Can you skip the cutscene by restarting checkpoint? Or I don't read Spanish, so that seemed to be what happened to me.
I think so.
Here is using flash bomb, or well, smoke bomb, but with flash. To perfection. Oh, I guess he just ICSS'd it. I didn't see that it said Saltar video. I kind of canceled my own speech there. 4-5. The Jackalopes picked 4-5, didn't they?
Yeah.
So them knowing it would be 4-5 makes sense considering they're the one who picked it. So let me think the draft order. So it was 4-4 from Jackalopes, from the Sabres, and then the only episodes that were left open was 3-2, 3-4, and 4-5. And I guess
Yes, but
the Sabres also probably expected 4-5 to be picked then. But I feel like you just get out-drafted from that. Like, you can't just... and then match the Jackalopes in whatever episode they want. That feels a risky strategy.
yeah, so they may have tried to at least get a Sly 4 episode that, you know, they knew Ison can run. I mean, he may have learned all of Sly 4 at this point, but
I did see Ison only used one flash bomb, so what used two? Ison played it to perfectioner using only one. You do slow down a little bit when you use flash bomb, but not by much. I see Knuri in the chat says chat went exactly like they thought. And I feel like that when you... Let's see, they're Team B here, right? No, they're Team A. Yeah, they're Team A. So it can be very hard to draft. You're kind of responding a lot more to what the opponents are doing, and they get more freedom in what they pick. So it could just be a very rough angle for them. Because I feel like these teams should be matched on paper. But I feel like the Jackalopes got a better draft out of it. So it could be that perhaps the Sabres are vulnerable as team A.
I'm not certain. But I think the lead, it seems to continue to grow a little bit. So we see Sonic finishing up the hack. I think finishing up the job, right?
Yeah. So in this section, a bunch of the jobs end off with a hack. So there's like a play section, and there's a hacking section towards the end. And I think that's true for Up in Smoke, Copycats, and Rugrats. So 3 jobs back to back. This is the what's it called? System Cracker? Is that the one? The one that's based on the previous hacking. And less controversial.
Yeah, and then alter ego is the little Rambo Bentley.
Yes. And then Spark Runner is the motion control one, like we mentioned earlier. Seeing as both runners are in loading screens, I will mention Sly 4 is known for having really long loading screens. So having an SSD, which both of these runners have in their PS3, and having the digital version of the game is quite huge. They would save a lot of time in loads. And if one of the runners did not at least have the digital version, they would it would show. I don't think SSD is as big a deal, but digital is huge for Sly 4 speedrunning.
I think the disc I've heard is like 27 minutes longer in loads than full game. That's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, and loading screens do take up to a minute, I think. So okay, 58-10. So the lead is now 1 minute and 26 seconds to the Jackalopes. So only 8 seconds larger than last time, but growing slightly. Perhaps the coolest job in this episode is the one coming up next, though, the one after Up in Smoke here. So that could be very interesting. But I will say, Sonic is looking very, very good on 4 or 5 here. So it could be something that he's ran a lot, or ran recently. And that surprises me, considering I think Sonic has said that he's not really going to be running very much. Busy fellow. Now, Up in Smokes is maybe... I don't know if I would say it's the most boring job. I guess it could maybe be Open Sesame with that ending, the Portal Scholar ending. But in this hack, there is one strat you can do here, and that is the restart checkpoint strat. It's not that hard, I was told, and then I tried it and I couldn't do it. So it's not that easy. So I would say it's like a medium difficulty strategy then.
Does it affect like enemy spawns or anything, or just get you farther in the hack?
Yeah, so what you want to do is that you wanna sit at the front of the scrolling screen, and then as soon as the checkpoint hits, you restart checkpoint. And then you skip ahead, you skip forward to the boss. And you know how in Sly 4 there has this super long fade-in screen? So you have to play the first section blind, you have to pick up a grenade, and you have to go into the boss blind. Or at least most of the movement blind, and then you do the boss with just grenade and level 1, which means I think you have to 2-cycle it, so you can't one-shot the boss that way, I think. The alternative is just to do them like any other alter ego and just go for the fast kill. It's not that much slower. You know how in Sly 4 every skip saves a few seconds at most. So. But we can see, we'll have to see if any of the runners choose to do the restart checkpoint strategy. It happens towards the end when the screen is scrolling to the left. So it could be a strat choice worth pointing out here.
I'm trying to think of any other potential like spot where we could see a lead change. I know there's some difficult spots in episode 4 as well. Like it seems like good movement and like shell-shocked heart could make a big difference. See some
Absolutely.
crazy strats for that.
So we do see Sonic go for the restart checkpoint strat, and I would say messing it up. So maybe got punished. Yep, definitely punished.
Oh, so
This
we're
is a very
just gonna have
slow.
like a very slow kill.
So definitely some time lost to there. The Sabres are hopefully picking up. I will say, doing the I guess old strat of just normally quick killing the boss is safer, provided you know how to quick kill the boss. Which I would say most runners do, seeing as there are a lot of alter ego hacks throughout the game. And while they do feel a little bit different every time, the general strategy is the same. And you can basically do the same thing for all of them and get similar outcomes, but not always the exact same. And we can see Eisen does not restart checkpoint, which means he will take my advice, I guess, and do what I would have done and just do it the old-fashioned way. And he gets
And
the
you got
quick
the
kill
quick
and
kill.
did make up a lot of time there.
Nice.
Now I am roasting the Sabres a little bit from the draft here, but I will say we don't actually know. Maybe Knudi has prepared 4-4. We don't know.
Yeah, recent practice could make a pretty big difference.
Yeah, we also do not know how derusted or informed Remo is. It's also a quite funny comment from Albi here. Failing old strat loses 4 seconds. Failing new strat loses like 12 seconds or something massive like that. It's kind of funny hearing 12 seconds be massive, but that does sum up Sly 4 quite well. Meanwhile, in Sly 3, for example, one cutscene skip saves a minute, minute 30, you know? So that's why people say that. Oh, hold on, 105.28. 105. The time difference is 117. So they did make up a little bit of time, but it's still 117. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, Sly 4 is a less variety game. It's more the time differences are very small, and that is why I'm very, very surprised when I saw that Mapio in the last ACES match saved 10 minutes or something like that, incredible like that, in 4-2. Oh, Sonic did get the fancy strat there. It saves a bit. Where you hit the trigger there from below. This is Heavy Metal Meltdown, and it is probably the coolest job in this episode. And Sonic seems to be very practiced at it. This is looking very good.
Yeah, it seems like it can be kind of precise.
See if he also gets the ICSS here on the last. He did. So that was like a flawless section there. Now comes up the Bentley section, where see, throws the bomb to detonate that early, and then you can do the other two in any order, really. See if it lands on the book here to set the checkpoint. It does, but I didn't see any autosave. Am I the wrong one here?
Getting
Notably,
roasted in chat. Sorry.
wants to bomb yourself here to get the abuse to spawn back. What was this roast talk I was hearing rumors of?
Mappy just roasting my 4-2 in chat, which is fair. I hadn't played since February, okay?
No, I looked away, but I think I saw some yeah, from Sonic. I don't think Sonic. I think Sonic may have done that in a different order than he used to. Guess that I think it was a bit confused as to what to do there. Holy!
He got a nice
Okay,
boost there.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could get that boost. So that
That was cool.
That's very cool. Ison actually buffers the ICSS there. Interesting, because you can skip that cutscene normally. It's just one of those where it's very beneficial to ICSS it, but I wouldn't really say it saves all that much to ICSS. So I don't know if buffering it would be worth it. So Sonic is going to the operation now. The extremely long operation. It's like 12, 13, 14 minutes.
That seemed like a really fast heavy metal meltdown.
Yeah, it did seem Sonic did seem very practiced at it, and it is a short job, but it did seem very practiced at it, and it did look very good. Oh, Ison actually getting an ICSS there that I don't know if he wanted. Oh, actually, no, that was the last one. So he skipped the cutscene. I think you do want to skip that cutscene. So never mind. Never mind me. I thought that was the second one, but that was the. Oh, he got spotted by
Oh
who's
no.
visible. You can land on the table safely, and if you use the magical carpets properly, I think you do save the animation of like the hard landing. So I guess that was what he was going for, but lost control, perhaps.
Forget his Sonic a shaker. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, so the time difference has grown after that heavy metal meltdown to 1:56. Oh wow, we see Friss in the chat here saying he'll be taking 2 minutes off each team's run time if they shake in the Commentators section.
Oh, I see.
Ah. I will have to agree with LB here. This time difference with Remo 4-4 in the back is crazy. It does not look good from this for the Sabres from here. And unless what Knudi wrote earlier in the chat is true, I actually have a sub 47.
Yeah.
I do think the Jackalopes are running away with it. which is an upset considering, and I think this was a pretty large upset as well, because if you look at the predictions, if we can get the right thing up. Oh, it's zoomed in. It is, I don't know the percentage, but we're talking like a 75-25 split or something like that. So it is a pretty big upset in that case.
Yeah, Sabres were pretty heavily favored, so.
Nice and not shaking. Not taking the bribe from Frizz.
Oh. You saw him shake. Yep.
Did he shake? He still
Yeah.
lost, or he still didn't lose. He still took damage, so I guess he didn't shake properly. But small little shake.
Just a
Try
slight
and
one, I think.
try and get those 2 minutes back from Frizz there. Those 2 minutes, this could be quite tight, because the 2 minutes is basically the time difference between the runners at the moment.
Right.
Sonic is in the is it the longest? I think it's the longest cutscene, unskippable cutscene in Sly 4.
Yeah, I
And a
actually
large part of why this operation is the longest operation by far. But actually, so 3 operation is pretty long as well. Never mind me.
I keep forgetting how long the the dancing section is.
It does drag on. It does.
Bien, primero hay que distraer a esos guardias para entrar en la sala de control. Prepararé una sorpresa para Miss Decibel con los restos de material del traje de Carmelita, pero tal vez nos sirva aquí mejor.
Now it's going to be interesting seeing if any of the runners get shafted in the one of the upcoming sections where you can get unlucky and get invisible electricity orbs that are not actually. It looks like you were given a gift and there are no orbs, but you're actually given a curse because there are still orbs. You just can't see them, and if you hit an orb, you die. You have to restart the section. But
Yeah,
I am getting ahead of myself.
Those can be pretty annoying.
I swear it's consistent too, because when I did episode 5, I did 2 episode 5 runs. I think I got it in both of my runs. So it's probably something with skipping the cutscene, like really early or something like that. Something causing lag or something. Sonic watching the cutscene, that can be skipped, but it is actually faster to watch it. And that is the case with a lot of cutscenes in this episode. There are very short cutscenes that you can skip, and if you skip them, you may lose time. But one of the interesting parts of restarting checkpoint or skipping cutscene is that you also restart checkpoints, which means it takes you out of the costume for where that's relevant, and it also refills your health for where, if that's ever relevant. So there are more things to consider when skipping cutscenes. Now, also for some of these cutscenes, it basically doesn't matter if you skip it or not. It's to the point where if you accidentally open the start menu, it's faster to skip it than to unpause. So we're down to the frames, basically. You can see Sonic taking some damage on purpose here, so he can go through the laser fence, which means he doesn't have to wait for it. And we can see Mapio's hoped Sonic would die with the RC so he can get a bingo. Okay, so if the Sabres are very lucky here, Sonic has an accidental hardlock here. But nope, he does it exemplary. If your ball, I guess, gets stuck between those two bounce pads, and you get like stuck right in between them, you can bounce back and forth so fast you just hard lock or soft lock. Oh yeah, no, hard lock, yes.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's not that bad in Sly 4 because there are like if you restart the game, it spits you out back into the hack instead of
Yeah,
having
it
to restart
saves
the entire job.
mid-job.
Yep.
It's at least one upside to Sly 4.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I've never seen this from Sonic. What is this? Oh, is that new?
Infernal flop
Dam-
strats or something?
yeah, he damaged the turret using Infernal Flop. Now, I'm not that up to date on Sly 4, but I did not know that, and I did watch Remo's world record for this episode. That is a little bit old now. But that run did not do that. So I know it was not done in the world record at the very least. And it seems to save quite a bit of time actually. That
Looked fast.
could that be a hoarded strat? That would be something.
That would be cool.
Miradla ahora. Me parece que ninguno de los dos vais a coger este vuelo.
I looked away
Yeah,
as
me
well, so I
first.
only really caught the ending of that. It's funny because no one likes that Murray section. So if you could skip it using the Inferno thing there, that would be huge. I don't know what it's called. Diablo Fire Slam. I don't know. The Sly 4 names or gadget names or something else.
Cuando mueras, la añadiré a mi colección.
¿Por qué no vienes? Y te la doy en persona.
Estoy impaciente por hacer.
We can see in the picture that Remo is practicing.
Más fuerte. A ver si
Oh, I forget the job name. The Fortnite job.
There's some decent skips in that job, I believe.
Oh, Eisen is also doing this. Apparently, it's not new. Okay, well, I'm just stupid. So here you can see from the I can point it out from the start. Now I didn't know this, but Sonic knows and Eisen knows. Now, is that a gadget you have to buy, or is it a gadget you just kind of have? Oh, it's not new. Well, I can still be new, but like a hoarded strat. I speculated if it could be a hoarded strat, which is where Sonic had found a new strat, but then he kept it secret to use it in the matchup to save time. Mappio is surprised by it, which means it's at least pretty new, or at least not very known.
Yeah,
I think
don't
actually
remember
both
seeing that
runners.
last time.
Yeah, I've never seen it before. I am actually surprised because I think both runners got the invisible orb thing. Now there are two sections here, I think. So I'm not sure if I looked at the same sections, but both runners unlucky. Albie hasn't seen it, Mappy hasn't seen it, Melody hasn't seen it. I'm gonna guess either Remo or Sonic found it. Ison pulled it out after watching the stream, or maybe Knudi watched the stream, or maybe ATP watched the stream. That's my theory, my hypothesis. Sonic told him for fair play. Oh. So wait, so it's a hoarded strat where you told the opponent so you could show it off on ACES. Okay, I respect that. 122.06. GG Sonic.
GG Sonic. Yeah, that is quite the sportsmanship there to reveal that strat. Very cool.
Absolutely. Here you can see Eisen also getting invisible orbs. So he's not safe here. He could just land on an orb and die any second.
Oh man.
That's why he's trying to space his jumps and try not really to land very much. Definitely not walk. Here he's in safe territory though. So here there are no invisible orbs. Okay, so Sonic can confirm Raging Inferno flop strat is new and saves a fuck ton of time, but I told Eisen about it before the race. So that is pretty cool. That means we get a new, never before seen strategy revealed here at ACES that both the runners were aware of. That's actually creates an interesting dynamic. Does that mean, because okay, let's say I'm Eisen in this scenario. If Sonic tells me about a strategy in 4-5, I know that they are preparing 4-5. Would I not just ban 4-5 then? Interesting conundrum. I guess they wanted to ban 4-3 anyway, so they wouldn't really have a chance to.
Maybe it's for the viewers.
Maybe it's all rigged, scripted.
Yeah, scripted.
Now, we didn't mention this at all when Sonic was doing this fight, but you can damage abuse here at certain intervals to speed up the fight. Actually, see Eisen taking damage twice there. And GG.
GG Eisen.
So the time difference is 2 minutes on the dot. So Remo goes into Remo and Knudi, goes into episode 4, 2 minutes apart, where Remo is in the lead, and Remo has the world record. Oh, and apparently, according to the layout, yeah, it's still Sonic versus Eisen, but we'll have that fixed shortly, I'm sure. There we go.
So we have another collectathon job. I believe we're getting in this job things for a costume for Sly. Is that right? Or something similar? I forget exactly why we're getting the different pieces here. Not really sure either.
I have no idea. Lore-wise, I have no idea what they're doing here. Materials for costume. Yes, you were correct.
Okay. Nice.
I just know the speedrun part. There's the famous tavern skip that Knudi is moving in or closing up on. I didn't see, but I'm assuming Remo did it cleanly. Just assuming. It's Remo after all.
Yeah,
so you can see,
well.
yeah, Knudi got up there pretty well, and he actually fell down and restart checkpoint. You can actually do a backup from down there, so you don't have to restart checkpoint, but it might be faster to restart checkpoint. I don't know. There are a lot of ways to do tavern skip. I think I know like 3 different setups myself, or I say no. I couldn't do any if you were to told me to do them right now, but I know of them. Okay. A quick question to Sonic. It says it saves a lot of time. How do you know roughly how much the new trick saves? In that case, GG. I don't know if I actually said it. GG to Eisen as well, though. Yeah, GG to both runners.
Absolutely, well played. And I did not expect the moment of pure sportsmanship of sharing the secret strat. That's epic. Oh yeah, we will have to get some from the interview, from them in the interview about that.
Good shout. So Remo does seem to be playing well here. Just judging by the movement and judging by the feeling you get watching him play, that he probably has practiced this episode, prepared it. They did first pick it, so it does make sense that they would prepare this episode. Jackalopes has played every... Yeah, maybe they have, because I do remember they played 4-1 and 4-2. And Sonic has played 4-3, so that is, yeah. And Remo played 3-6 once. So aside from that, between Sonic and Remo, they have played all episodes in Sly 4. That's pretty cool.
Oh, Canadian got stuck
Ooh.
and lost a lot of health.
Yeah, luckily didn't die. It's very close though. I wonder if that health looked tempting for him.
I bet.
You can see here Knudi is living on borrowed time. Oh,
That
okay,
was so close.
He does clutch it. Big props.
And Remo finishing up, which I think was a challenging section.
They're now past the first job, which means it's time for some archery. This is the job that we saw Remo practice in the picture before the run. And he seems to have some more audio. I think I have it quite low for me, so I actually don't know. I see some chat messages about audio levels.
Okay, Sly, get up that tower and you can break out the new outfit and toy I made with those materials. It appears the guards have left plenty of ammunition lying around. That bow
So here we see
will work perfectly here.
Remo waiting.
Press the L2 button to change into the outfit.
He can actually not wear the costume before
Arrows from that basket. Try standing next to it and pressing the circle button. Sly,
Bentley's done talking.
fire an arrow with an attached rope.
That goes for all of this section. He cannot pick up the arrow before he's done talking, and he cannot start drawing the bow before he's done talking.
One thing, Sly, I built that bow to impart a unique vibrational resonance to arrows, which will dramatically...
So both runners do have rail sprint here, and they run on the ropes. I remember back in the day, it used to be basically a throw up, whether you wanna run or just stay in the costume. But I know this job has had a lot of new things, as we see Remo actually not making the... You can make it directly to this rope. You can also make it directly to
There
the
we go.
platform. Interestingly, he went for the rope and missed it, and then he said fuck it and went for the platform anyway and got it. So interestingly, he waits. I guess he as long as he makes a cycle, it doesn't matter. But this seems to be quite rough here for Remo. I don't know how. I've not tried this, so I don't know how hard it is. I guess you have to wait for a certain cycle for this jump. That's why he's waiting.
There we go.
First try every time. Now it's going to be an interesting idea of whether Remo should keep going for stress if he keeps missing them, or if he should just keep going with safe stress, or maybe just go for safe stress in general to safe in the lead here. It's down to race mentality, I guess. Remo is him. Fair enough.
Oh, another fall.
Yeah, that's on purpose, actually. But I was interested in seeing he was low health. Because I think you normally restart checkpoint there, don't you? But being that low health, he could just die, and I guess save time that way. Because you set the checkpoint to the platform above, and then you just die. Like, this job is like really difficult. That's the idea that I was got, at least when LB explained this to me. I have not done this episode, but LB has, and I think she's explained it in detail when we were doing ACES, because we did run this episode.
Well, I suppose it has been about a fortnight.
All right.
Oh, Fortnite.
Is Fortnite mentioned for the bingo cards?
I'm heading back to my gang's hideout to plan our next move.
You make a good point, sir. Yes, I believe the time is now. Let us rush forward, that we may strike a crushing blow against the black tyrant who imprisoned me.
Whoa, one thing at a time. Let's just get back to the hideout first.
134.44. Let's take a comparison of this job when Snooty makes it there. So we can get an update on the time difference.
Yeah, it seems like he could have made up a little bit of time here.
Oh, so you don't have to restart checkpoints. You just spawn up here. Uh-huh. So that's why. Because I saw Ramo jump like instinctively, and then he jumped back, almost as like he didn't trust himself. And I understand why now, because he actually had only 1 HP. So he would have died if he failed it. So he went back probably for safety then, to make sure he lined up the jump properly and didn't mess it up.
Make sure your shot of the Black Knight is from the front.
Well, that's a little dark.
Both runners are running English. It's maybe a bit late to point that out, but it is optimal.
Well, I
So this is actually the first time this match that both runners are running the optimal version. As you can see, Remo is actually behind the second guard, literally mashing triangle, as you can see by the glow of the cane, to self-slam that guard. This job has some wacky physics, or yeah, it works very weirdly.
Yeah, there's something weird about after killing the first guard, I think, right?
It's kind of like scripted, like you have to wait, and you can't just immediately kill him. Like if this was slide 2 or slide 3, you could immediately kill that guard, no problem. But in this game, it works a little bit differently. I don't know it to a detail, but I actually would like to point out that the time difference has shrunk, meaning Knudi has made up time on Remo so far in this episode, made up 8 seconds. So the time difference is now 1:52. Still a lot of time that he would have to make up if the Sabres wants to come back in this match, but they are on the right track at least. Now, I will say both runners do look pretty good here. So it's definitely an episode that both runners were expecting to play, or at least thought was a high likelihood of happening. As we see some buffering action from the Sabres. You look pretty good. Thank you. Once again, you can see Knudi behind the guard, mashing triangle. Remo getting the quick kill. I don't think this is one of the hard ones, but I don't remember. Episode 4 famously having the most hacks out of any episode. It's actually the hardest quick kill. Oh. I knew that, yeah. Remo beasting out an incredibly hard quick kill. Yep. And like Albie also mentions here, different quick kills and different alter egos loses different time, because some have like a long section after, and some is like just like a small pause, like this one.
And it seemed like the barriers leading up to the boss and the camera angle and such was kind of awkward on this hack. I mean, like, just the way it's made.
I think the easiest ones are when you can just stand in place and the screen just scrolls over to the boss. But even then, like, there are differences, like if you're moving left or right, and I don't know if this, like, why necessarily, but I feel like every single one feel different, and that's the reason I don't really like them, because they all feel different. Like, you can't just like nail the trick down to like muscle memory. You have to like adapt for every single one. And the reason why this one is tricky in particular, according to the chat at least, is that you're scrolling up instead of right or left. But Knudi nails it. As the gamer he is. Apparently, the stream is getting some Discord notifications from the restream.
Oh, yep.
Oh, that's very interesting. I did not see any mistake from Knudi, yet the time difference has grown to 159. Huh. That's what I call the Remo factor. Or it could have been a bad time calc. But we just say Remo is built different.
Yeah, us not knowing the episode super well, you know, it's hard to tell, I guess, at times, you know, who's got cleaner movement or...
Yeah. I agree, it's Remo factor. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I did remember thinking that Knudi's movement to the job trigger was good. He got the... I don't know, maybe it was the first guard kill that was different, because I did not pay close attention to that part. Please, Remo, just one mistake. Knudi does do the small skip there. The old skip where you kind of collide with the building on purpose to kind of cancel out your circle input so you can ledge grab and then jump up to the level above. Use of mysterious reflexes. Now, I believe if there's one job where mistakes happens, it would be in the job Remo is entering here. I don't remember the name, but it's the dragon. Heavy metal. No, never mind. It's the it's another
Mechanical
job.
Menace.
Mechanical Menace. Yes. Wow.
Then you better get going before
I have such good memory.
So
Actually,
yeah.
I pulled up the splits.
Oh. I was gonna say Heavy Metal Meltdown, as called out by Sonic, but I remember that's the one in episode 5 that we just watched. Belly of the Beast. Time difference still 1 minute and 59. That means 0 seconds were lost or gained in that split.
Perhaps next time I should procure a more light.
I really like the Galeth movement here. It's pretty neat.
A lot of cool tricks you can do here. You can also lock yourself to a black screen if you're unlucky. And messing up at the wrong... I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. Maybe I should know about it, but I did not. But this job
you
has a
can
lot of
skip.
small jumps and skips.
Yep. Then you can skip running across the dragon. Just go straight to the rope, and Rema has charge shot, of course. I believe that makes the dragon faster.
Yes, it does. It one-shots. I believe if you use charge shot, I think you want to jump off the moment the dragon shoots missiles. Out of the moment the last missile has been fired from the mouth, because you don't have auto fire, so it would be quite slow to shoot them. And that does skip to the next section, but you do take damage. So I guess there is like different gadget options here, because I think charge shot is optimal, but like auto fire is also good, I guess. That was too fast for me to remember. To be fair, when LB explained this job to me, it felt a little bit like an info dump. So that's pretty much how this jump has become now. There's so many different things that you can do that, like, it feels like an info dump of different skips. And Knudi...
Oh, Knudi died.
Not died, but yeah, he did hit the thing, which means he gets pulled back, which throws off all the cycles, I'm sure. Oh, Knudi barely... I'm fairly sure he could have made that if he immediately disconnected, actually. But I guess you don't actually care, because you just want to do that jump, that skip these days. I guess my knowledge is outdated. Interestingly, Remo decides to shoot the missiles in this section. I don't know if that's a forced one or not. Maybe he's afraid of being low health. Because you can, like he showed earlier, you can just kind of drop off when the last missile has been fired, and all the missiles break when you do that. So what you essentially do is you insta-clear all the missiles. But you do take damage every time, and you can shoot the small dragons for health drops. But if you're not lucky with health drops, I don't know if the health drops are work the same way in this game as in the other games. I have no idea. But if you don't get lucky with health drops, you could just find yourself at lower and lower and lower health.
Yeah, you might just not wanted to risk dying there.
Yeah. Jackalopes do have a 2-minute lead, so it would be kind of silly to lose 30 seconds or more to try to save 0.4, you know, or how much a Sly 4 strat saves.
Gracious maid you are, Carmelita.
I think I like the sound of that.
It is actually 0.4. You know, I said it as a joke because, like, oh, Sly 4 strat save no time. And it was correct. Oh my god.
That's great.
Yeah, apparently Knut is showing off some never before seen tech of Carmida rolling. If you press circle according to Mapio, well, I'm sure many learned something new there.
Okay, you heard Bentley. Together, we
Hurry, you need to get
You
to the
can't do that in Sly 3.
For this one, you can go right through the front door.
You mean like punch through the door?
I said block, actually.
I like to have
Nudie finishing up the dragon fight.
Hurry, try throwing the guards into the vent.
Oh, even I heard that Discord notification. Oh,
Outstanding, Murray. 2 more to go.
The Murray is a terrifying cyclone of devastation.
Nice shot, Murray. Right on target. Yeah, just one more, Murray. You did it, Murray.
Is it me getting pinged? What's going on?
oh, I missed it, but I missed the exact end time. But it seems Knuti lost a little bit of time on that split, widening the gap to about 2 minutes and let's say 2 minutes and 10, around there. Could it be one of the restreams? Imagine if it's a Ramo getting Discord notifications.
That would be
That
funny.
would be funny. Yeah. Because we are getting game audio from the Jackalopes. And unless they have some extremely wacky setup, it is Remo running right now.
Yeah, someone go watch Remo stream and see if you hear the Discord.
Could be funny if it was like Remo streaming the gameplay to like Gosme and Gosme doing the stream to the Twitch server, and then Gosme is getting Discord notifications. That would be something else, you know. The game looks too good for that, so. Oh, look at that cycle. Remo makes that cycle. I don't think it actually ends up mattering too much. But he squeezed past and just barely made that cycle.
So close.
And I feel like all of those cycles, to me, they seem random. I don't know if they are scripted to any degree, based on any load or anything like that. Okay, so LB can confirm that notifications are from the actual restream, which means you can't blame Sly Goals. I blame Sly Goals. God damn it.
Should we have a disclaimer that we cannot control everything that the the original streamers are doing.
But how would that even work? Like, how do you get Discord sounds on the game feed? Does that mean you? Because if you're in a
Recording
Discord call,
desktop.
but then
Yeah.
you're on a call, right? So the call would be on the stream.
Yeah,
Maybe
we don't hear.
Remo is not in the call, but I'm pretty sure he is. Double check actually. Yes, Remo is in the call. Maybe they have to do the tech where everyone has to be quiet so they don't just get picked up on the stream. Oh, look at that. I did not know about that. From Remo. Kind of just jumping up there. Discord web? What? There ain't no way.
Wait, what happens if I talk then?
Oh no.
Oh. We hear Sly Sonic.
We got Sonic on stream. Oh no. Sonic has all the power right now.
Is this another Sly Gold's first?
Way to go, Bentley. This place is definitely closed for business.
So we just changed to the Sabres audio now. Fair enough.
Maybe Frizz is just accounting for the 2-minute time advantage he's giving to Sabres for the Karm booty shake. So the real lead is maybe with the Sabres. If you count for the 2 minutes. I actually think they're just barely behind, even if they were to be given 2 minutes. But
You need to get to the floor above, but I don't see an access point. Look around. There must be a way up there.
Leave it to me, Bentley.
so Knut is finishing up short supply here, while Remo is chilling on the roof, waiting for the Black Knight to finish his walk. No, if I remember correctly, isn't there some binocicom thing you do at the end here?
I believe so.
I only know because apparently Albie missed this when she was relearning the episode. And the bomb boost to make it up there, never mind. Someone doing the scenic route. As he missed the bomb boost.
I wonder if we're going to see another time difference in Shell Shocked Heart. Looks like at least to me, looks like a pretty difficult section. Especially
it's
if
a
you
long and difficult split, this one.
A lot of good Bentley strats. I like this job.
Oh my, look at all this. Remo's flexing right now.
Good stuff.
That looked very clean, at least. I also, once again, I didn't get the exact job complete timing, but the lead seemed to grow to about 2 minutes and 25-ish. But for dramatic effect, I think I'm gonna stop checking the time difference now. So we don't know if they're making up or losing time.
We'll just go on pure speculation.
Yes. So here, Remo kills all the enemies at as close of a time to, or as close together as possible, or it's not as possible, but they don't want to spread out the kills because they will start respawning, and then if they respawn early enough, they will come and break your chain. So definitely don't want to. Too late, Tinist. Already taken your word for it. Well, joke's on you. I don't remember what I said, so it's fine. Remo with iframes. Jumping through the laser fence and then turning around to destroy it. This job has changed a lot since last time I ran it. Let's just put it that way.
It's probably those darn birds again. I need to invent a scarecrow with a rocket launcher.
Bentley, he's going into the blacksmith shop. Should I follow him inside?
Grind never stops. Sonic. Now it looks like Knuti did nail the jump up on the roof, but I did only catch it in my side view. Never mind, both failed the bomb boost.
Mm.
Okay. This is why you watch the game feed.
Now we'll see if Canudi also has the same movement tech down here.
Yeah, it seems to be more what you would expect here. And no super fancy, risky bomb boost or bomb. I don't know if it has a proper name. I just call it bomb boosts. But I realized that's a word. That's a term already used in slide 3, so it could get confusing. And slide 2, by the way.
Yep. And is there one of each type of hack in this job?
I think there actually are 4 in total in this episode.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, which means there are 1 of each, and then there's 2 of. I actually think it's the alter ego as well, because they rotate. So there you never get. There's always the same pattern in the hacks. So you're always given the same order. I don't know how that works in episode 5, where there are 2 jobs where you can do in either order, and they have hacking at the end of them. If in Up in Smoke and Copycats. But generally, you go through. They go through a pattern where they don't really repeat the same hack back to back ever. Which means I don't remember. I don't know what the order actually is. But let's say you have System Cracker, and then you have a Spark Runner, and then you have Alter Ego. Then your next one will be System Cracker again. It like loops around. Remo gets the quick kill. Nicely done. So in this ACES, we've had, I want to say most matchups have ended up being blowouts, where they've been like many minutes apart, like more than 5 minutes apart. This one stays relatively even, and I don't expect that to change. So it's probably going to stay relatively even until the end. Or actually, that could change right here, because Remo is doing the big boy strat here. Okay, he got
Another nice bomb boost there.
very nice from Remo.
Yeah, I think that was a very good shell shock.
Yeah, I didn't always look at Reynolds' feed, but aside from missing the bomb boost onto the roof, got everything else. So that looked good. And lore-wise, we just got a big plot twist. I guess we could mention. The Black Knight is actually Penelope.
What? You mean our friend who's been missing this whole time?
The very one.
So sad.
I was gonna say it's the operation now, but that's not true, is it? I don't remember the order.
On my splits, I have hard target next.
Yes, that's the second aspect, the penultimate job. Hard target and then operation. Which means we are now entering the last two jobs.
It's gonna be a close one.
Yeah, and I don't really. We would need to see big choke, I think, from the Jackalopes to throw their lead here.
Yeah, it looks like they've got a solid lead. They'll probably be able to keep.
Yeah, Knudi missed the quick kill there, but it didn't lose too much time. But you can't. Any second is valuable if you're behind. Now this is
Good
the
shell shock
first.
from
Yeah, this is the first ACES match in a while that is not an elimination match. I just realized that actually. So this we could see these teams facing again in the final, like I did bring up earlier. So the loser here is not out yet. So still lots to play for. I think Nudie had a pretty good shell-shocked heart. Missing the bomb boost onto the roof and then the missing the quick kill. Aside from that, it looked fine. Didn't go for all the stress that Rama went for, I don't think, but that might be for the best. Now, I know there is a I don't know if you call it a super jump strat or what you call it, but like you jump from a load into the water. See if Remo gets it here. You want to spawn outside the safe house, or not the safe house, the last hook there. Got it. Saves a fair bit of time. If there was no previous place action, it would put him outside the safe house, but in this scenario, it puts him on the last grounded point, even though that's not slice grounded point. Any bets on the archery minigame time here?
I'm not sure what a typical good time is on that.
Could be in the 40s, 30s. We'll see where it ends up. This looks pretty good from Remo, so I'm guessing either low 40 or high 30. 38. And he held the end there, so he saved the ending. I only really know that because Sonic asked me to submit some. We have a leaderboard for this minigame on the category extension boards, and the world record history was missing. So Sonic asked me to submit some old runs. Oh, Knudi getting trolled by the guard there. as Remo is going into the operation. And this is a short operation. It's only about 5 minutes long, so we're actually closing in on the end here.
I guess maybe it's a good time to shout out slygoals.com. If you don't know, that's a great place to see all the best times for all the Sly games.
Let's put these arrows to good use.
I looked away, but I see Knudi running to this minigame, which means he probably didn't get the super jump. I don't know if he went for it. I looked away. Lansing.
Yes! Score one for the good guys.
Lucky shot, Cooper, but your luck just ran out.
Hey, Penelope! I saw some rust spots over there.
No matter. Shoot the car, Ringtail!
You see Remo is fighting the big bad robot here. It did not get a freeze there, which is, happens quite often.
Gotta take those arms out.
Or maybe that's after the second part. You basically do this part 2 times, so it's a bit awkward. Knudi also getting a 38 in the archery minigame, so they literally got the same second. So
Melody, thank
And,
you for the gift sub
oh yeah,
What's wrong, Penelope? Feeling
to Alapo.
I always hated your jokes.
Much appreciated.
Mangy rat!
interestingly, Remo opts to double jump the first 2 and then single jump the last one of those shockwaves. I thought the optimal was to just single jump them all, but maybe that's actually not doable. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this.
Now I'm getting the hang of this.
So let's see if the game freezes when shoots the. This is a known like lag spot. I don't think it has ever crashed here, but it always lags here. That wasn't too bad, but a small little lag spike still. That means we're now in like the last what, like 30 seconds of the run.
Yep, the mech
It's,
fight.
Remo's speeding up Penelope here.
You've got a real exhaust problem. Your servo response is slow. You
It's possible to time all the punches based on like if you punch immediately, you'll just get dodged and punished. So what Remo is doing is he's actually waiting for long enough for the mech to actually start attacking and then hit, and then finish off the super attack, whatever. Yeah. And GG, 212 flat.
GG's, Jackalopes.
Thanks, Bentley.
Jackalopes are our winner today. They will be moving on to the grand final.
I'm sorry I wasn't there to help you guys.
And I'm sure we can have them into our post-game interview shortly. It's gonna be exciting to hear how they thought, what they thought about this match.
Hello.
Welcome in.
Hello, hello.
Yo.
Congratulations on the win. You're now on to the grand final. How does that feel?
Thanks, Knust. It was good. It was
Yeah.
great.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
That's awesome to hear. The draft. How did you guys think about the draft? Did it go as planned? Did you get any super secret preps in, or?
Yeah, a few, but we were actually extremely relieved for the result of the draft. We probably overthinked it a lot beforehand, and yeah, so overall I felt like that draft was pretty good for us ultimately.
Yeah.
Very
And yeah, so guess we can go through each of the runners. How did you feel it went? Can go and start with Gosmi with the 2-6.
Yeah,
Are they happy?
the run was decent in my opinion. There were some horrible mistakes in the two most crucial jobs in 2-6, but overall it was a decent run. I watched it back to WOD and saw that the lead changed like 5 times or something like that. So it was a close race. ATP is a gamer, but yeah, I'm happy about the run.
He did great.
Thank you.
And
Thank
then
you.
How about you, Sonic? You can also let us in on the secret tech. What was that?
Yeah, I mean, I did pretty well in my run. I had a few slip-ups every now and then, but honestly, overall, I did pretty well. I got like a really low 50 there. So with the new stuff, there are actually 3, I guess technically 4 things in that run. Spanish is like very slightly faster.
Oh, really?
Lost and Found had a brand new strat in there with the Binocucom. If you open the Binocucom when Bentley says Salim is on a boat, it saves like 3 or 4 seconds ish. So that's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a brand new thing there. And then Up in Smoke. No one caught this one because no one pays attention at the hack anyways, but after the hack finish there's another Binocucom thing which saves even more time, like it saves like 7 seconds there. And then yeah, the obvious one, the big one, the the Raging Inferno flop shit. It's really funny because ironically that came from Remo saying I need to practice the rat fight way more, and then I just kind of didn't, and then I found that strat. I found that strat by accident instead, and I was like,
that's awesome.
that saves a lot of time. So yeah, I'm pleased with that one, but I felt very bad about keeping that one hidden, so I did let Ison know that this exists, and it saves 1 billion years approximately. So there you go.
That's a lot of time.
Sonic was a gentleman.
We
Yeah.
appreciate the good sportsmanship for sure.
Absolutely. And Remo, how did you feel your 4-4 went?
I did one run before the stream. It was like a 51, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna suck ass. But it did, but only for the first 2 jobs, and after that it was pretty steady. Some slop here and there, but fortunately it was a pretty balanced performance after the first 2 jobs. So pulled through with a sub 50, 49.54 was the time of my 4-4 today.
Sheesh.
Didn't have any prep beforehand, but had enough time to practice during the race.
Yeah. One quick. Do you have any questions, Inferno?
Not, I think it's about it.
Yeah, I have one quick one before we round off. So you first picked 4-4, but you said you hadn't prepared it, Remo. What was the idea behind 4-4?
Oh, we were just thinking that they probably don't have a lot of coverage. Our opponent wouldn't have a lot of coverage on 4-4, and we have 2 runners who can do that. So, and we hadn't seen like anyone else aside from Knut to do 4-4 ever before. So we were just like, okay, let's see how they're gonna deal with it if we pick 4-4. So
Yeah.
that was the logic behind the 4-4 pick. Probably, maybe, perhaps predictable even beforehand if you think about it, when we don't haven't seen the Sabres not a lot in Slide 4, and Ison did 4-5 in the previous race, so, and they banned 4-3, so that was just a logical conclusion for us there.
Yeah, it seemed to work out for you, definitely. So, congratulations once more. I think we ought to round up here. Thanks for joining us in the interview, and
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing you in the finals.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See you.
Right, see you guys.
see you guys.
And so now we see the Jackalopes are gonna be in the final, and now we'll see the Sabres rematch with the Bombers in the lower bracket, and we'll see who gets to move on to the final. So we could see the Sabres come right back, or we could see the Bombers make it to the final. So it'll be exciting to see.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. As you can see, if you look on the left side of the upper bracket, you can see Sabres and Bombers have already played. So it's going to be a repeat of that match where the Sabres won. So the Bombers will be out to get revenge. It is a best of one in the lower bracket final. And the winner of that matchup does go in the grand final, which is a best of three. Interestingly. So we don't have any times for any of these matches, but stay tuned. They will be posted shortly. And yeah, Sabres versus Bombers is the next matchup. Any final words, Inferno?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, this was an exciting match. We thank the runners as well as the viewers, everyone for being here. Good to see.
Yeah, and thanks for us.